Colin said to the press that the young Spaniard is probably going to choke tomorrow. Sorry to destroy your career. Then suddenly John Ram says, I want Pablo to play with me. He wasn't that good in golf. I cannot compete against these superstars through a full year. To get into a fight on the first green on Saturday morning, that guy saved my life.
Pablo, fantastic to have you on the Life on Tour podcast. We've been looking forward to this one. You're a very charismatic player on tour, so thank you very much for your time, and how are you?
Thank you for having me. I'm great. So far so good. Having not the best of the seasons, but outside the golf, my life is very, very, very close to perfection. So I'm very happy.
Yeah, how important, I guess, is that balance outside of golf to maybe make the results on the course better, have that life balance?
It's key. It's key to have fun at home, and now that I have a 15 months old son, life changed very, very much, and I'm very happy.
Yeah.
And if you are happy at home, you can perform here, and that's what I'm trying to do, but it's not happening.
What's it like being a dad? That must be a massive change and a special one.
It's the best thing to wake. Sometimes we have to wake up at 5 or 6 in the morning to go and play golf under the rain or not playing your best golf, but wake up at 6 in the morning at home when your son wakes up is the best feeling ever. I didn't know what was going to happen, if I was going to love being a dad or not, but I tell you what, it's better than anything that happened to me in golf.
Brilliant. So family clearly sounds very important. Let's talk about maybe your family. Let's wind back the clock. What was it like, I guess, growing up in Barcelona? Run me through how, I guess, you started in sport and slowly got to where we are today, because, yeah, your family's obviously a big part of your life.
Yeah, I got into golf because my family. My dad was born in Venezuela. That's why you guys see me with Johnny Vegas. We good friends, and through the years. And my dad was 0 handicap or +2 handicap for over 30 years. Now he's turning 75 next week, but he still 5 or 6 times a year he's still breaking his age. That is quite amazing. And my mom the same. She was 20 plus years 0 handicap.
Brilliant.
And obviously things clicked when in Wales in the Royal Porthcawl we played the British Amateur back in 2002, and I made double bogey in the 36th hole to be under the cut line, so only 64 made the cut to start the match play, and I made a double bogey on the 36th to miss the cut by 1 shot, and then I caddied for my brother in the afternoon. He shot 6 under par in the afternoon in the last 10 holes to finish second in the medal play, and then I stayed helping him to be his caddy, and then we ended up winning the golf tournament, and he promised me that I could caddy for him at the Open, and I caddied for him at the 2003 Masters, caddied for him at the French Open in 2003, and I ended up winning that tournament 5 years later. So that was amazing, but to caddy for him in all those tournaments probably gave me the opportunity to know this job a little bit more, and to don't make the same mistakes as he did. And here we are, 23 years later, doing this podcast after 18 years on tour. So
yeah, it's incredible. So, yeah. How unique is that? Because the Amateur Championship, it's an amazing event, and there was another great champion not too long ago. But how cool was it to be there with your brother, and then not only that, the perks of getting a look at those major championships as while you're watching and supporting your best mate, your brother. How special was that?
Yeah, that was big. Actually, I think we are the only family that that a mother, a father, and two sons play the World Cup of the Amateur World Cup of golf.
Right.
It was when I played it in 23 years ago, but
That's a stat.
that was big in the time. And now probably with the Hoigers and all those youngsters, probably there will be more stories like that. But I remember first round at the Open. Obviously, was the probably the first tournament I caddied for him after the amateur. I remember we were teaming up in the practice round with Sergio Olazabal, Jimenez, and my brother. And we saw on the sheet that Ernie Els, Retief Goosen, and Nick Price were playing in front of us in the practice round. That was Tuesday. And so we went like 10 minutes before, or 15 minutes before our tea time to see those guys, the guys that we used to watch on TV. And Nick Price approached us and, approached my brother. Didn't approach me at all, but approached my brother and say, "Oh, you're the British amateur champion, so congratulations." And he said, "Well, I'm Nick Price." And my brother said, "No,
Yeah.
we've been watching you for a long time." So since then, and to caddy for him at the Masters, I remember my brother met Mr. Gary Player at the Qatar Masters. Then they give him an invite, and my brother went to Gary Player and said, "Gary, I'm Alejandro Larrazábal. I'm the British amateur champion. I want to play. I'm playing Augusta, playing the Masters. So it would be a pleasure to play a practice round with you."
Nice.
And he said, "Of course, I will love to play with you nine holes on Wednesday." So we arrived to Augusta on Sunday night. So we play a little practice round with the Spaniards, Sergio, Miguel, and Olazabal, and we played Tuesday with them as well. And then he received a note on his locker saying, "I'm Gary Player. I would love to play with you, but sorry, I have to I have a friend of mine that will join us tomorrow for a practice round.
That's
so
okay.
Do you still want to play at 11 a.m. Tomorrow? I will bring my all-time friend Jack Nicklaus to play with us."
Serious flex.
So he played 9 holes practice round. We played 9 holes practice round with Jack Nicklaus and Gary Player at the Masters, and in the afternoon he played with Sevi, Olazabal, and Miguel Angel Jimenez, the par 3 contest.
That is a serious day
So
at the office.
what about that for a Wednesday at the Masters?
Whoa.
That was unbelievable.
What was it like, you and your brother? Obviously, he was very good at golf, but now you're arguably better. What was was there a bit of rivalry there, spurring each other on?
Well, actually, he wasn't that good in golf. No, seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, he won the amateur championship, and the week before, he shot 89, 78, 83, 75 in the regionals in America. And then
Oh, wow.
we were 20 Spaniards in the field in the amateur, and 19 were paid by the federation. Well, the Spanish federation, only one guy was paying his things and his hotels and everything, and that was my brother.
Wow.
So that's how he was good, but he wasn't that guy, that superstar coming in.
You mentioned your dad and your mother were into golf, but what else were they like growing up? Because your dad, correct me if I'm wrong, got you working on a fish farm as well.
That story comes from I went to finish the high school in America because playing golf and studying, I was better in golf than studying, I have to say.
Fair.
But missing 5-6 weeks of school because golf, then to recover those weeks was not easy for me. So I went to finish the high school in America. when I came back, I told my dad that I wanted to turn pro. I thought I was good enough to be a professional golf player. And my dad just said yes, but you have to know how the normal people make money. So I didn't have driving lessons. So he said, "You coming up to?" My dad lives in Santander, in the north of Spain, where it's super cold in winter.
Okay.
It's like UK kind of weather.
Oh, right. Oh, we don't want that.
Close. I mean, my dad used to practice in Sevis golf course in Pedreña. So I went up there after summer. So I thought he told me that you will be here until you have your driving lessons. So yeah, I failed the driving lessons for 6 times. So yeah, my schedule was I used to wake up at the beginning, the first 2 months, I used to wake up at 5. And then because I don't know why you think that the fish
Bite in the morning.
They don't sleep, but they sleep and they wake up at 6. So you had to feed them at 6. So I started working at 6 o'clock, 6 to 2 o'clock. And then at 2 I had a sandwich, and then I went to practice from 2:30 to 5:30. And then after practice at 5:30 I went to driving lesson school from 6 to 7:30, and then go back to the house, and then quick dinner to wake up at 5 again.
Busy.
And that was my routine for 2 months. Then I told my dad that I don't know if I could practice that good if I was waking up at 5. If I could, skip 1 hour, 1 hour and a half. So then I starting to work at 7:30 instead of 6. It gave me a 1 hour and a half more sleep that I could practice a little bit more. So yeah, that went on for another 5.5 months because I keep failing that.
Keep failing.
That driving, not the driving, the
The written exam.
Exactly, I was failing by 1,
see.
by 2, by 1, by 2. So instead,
I was going to say, you should be all right behind the wheel, but
I was good behind the wheel, but not with the important stuff to know the rules of driving. It was very, very bad. So I ended up being there 7 months and a half.
Okay, and that's got to add a bit of hardship, a bit of sturdiness, right?
Yeah, it was tough, but I ended up making it, and I ended up living that work, and start getting into golf a little bit more. And then my first year, when I turned pro, I missed all the tour cards. The Spanish tour card, I missed it. The Alps tour card, I missed it. European tour card, first stage out. So I didn't have anything to play my turning pro. So my dad knew that I could do another job.
Right.
And thanks God, thanks to the Spanish tour guy, gave me an invite, and I finished second. I got into a deal with my dad that he was paying me the flights, but nothing else, to go to a golf tournament. So finished second. I made a little bit of money there. And then I finished 8th, my second Spanish tour event. And then I finished second again. So after 3 tournaments, I called my dad and said, I don't need your money anymore. I think I have 5,000 euros in my bank account after finishing second twice and whatever. And I'm taking care of my own money since then.
Nice, that's amazing. And then I guess the breakthrough, when was that first, I guess, moment in your career, if that could be it, but where you felt secure on tour? Was it your big victory in France?
Well, to go through all those stages, Spanish tour, I play a little bit of an Alps tour as well. Then with the invites of the Spanish tour and a few more invites, I got into the Challenge tour, and then I had full card in 2007 on the Alps tour, on the Challenge tour. and then obviously making the tour card in the Q school at the end of 2007. It was big. It was a dream come true. Suddenly, I'm playing where all my heroes were playing. The Ollies, the Sevis, the Monties, and all that stuff. I have a good story that I went to a '97 Ryder Cup, and
As a fan?
As a fan, I was 14. So in that Ryder Cup, all the 18 oldest clubs in Spain were taking care of one each of the holes.
Right.
So my dad, obviously Pedreña is one of the oldest, so my dad was in charge of the 14th hole of the Ryder Cup '97. So we got good tickets. I remember coming back home to my mom and saying, I was amazed with one of the players. His name is Colin Montgomery, and he finishes. I took a 7-iron, and I tried to show my mom one of his swings, and I made a hole this big in the ceiling, because Monty, how he finishes like that. So I made a hole with a 7-iron this big in the ceiling of my mom's apartment. So yeah, and then making the tour card was big. Obviously, from Q school, you don't get into many of those tournaments at the beginning.
Yeah.
I remember flying to India on Wednesday, arriving to India Wednesday night, and I lost my golf clubs, I lost my suitcase, I lost everything going into India. I had to go to one of those markets to get some clothing to play golf the first round, and I got Jarmo Sandelin give me one of his irons, like this longer than normal. To play with. I got a putter from a member of the club, and wedges from another member, and the woods I carried them, but I didn't use them. I shot level par, my clubs arrived, and I shot 81. So,
It goes back to the members club.
Since then, I made some good starts at the beginning. I remember my first tournament on tour, it was Leopard Creek.
Oh, beautiful.
And then I remember Pearl Valley. So those were my first two tournaments on tour, and I was amazed with those golf courses. I mean, if your first tournament on tour is Leopard Creek,
it's
you're looking forward to a lot of great golf courses. And then Pearl Valley in Cape Town, it was a magnificent golf course as well. So those were I made those two cuts, and then I got a little bit of cash going on. And then they told me that I couldn't get into the French Open, and that I had to qualify. So I went to Chantilly for a 36-hole qualifier. The top 3 or 4 made it, and I won the qualify by 9.
By 9?
Yeah, I shot a couple of rounds on 9 under par. 5 under par and 5 under par.
Right, so you're in form. Yeah.
And then I qualified for the French Open, a golf course that I knew.
Yeah.
Because I caddied for my brother in 2003 when they invited him to play as a British amateur champion. So I knew the golf course. And it's a golf course that you don't have to hit too many drivers. With a 2-iron, you're fine. So I had a very, very strong, one of those thick Callaway 2-irons. Remember those?
Driving irons, yeah.
And it was going miles on that golf course. So and then I remember 7 under first round.
Wow.
For 6 under, I was leading. Then 1 under, I was leading. And then 4 under to beat them all. And I remember that, I shoot 100 putts in a tournament.
Wow.
So average of 25 putts, that was sweet.
That's red hot. And we've all seen the video, which is just fantastic, of you getting chucked into the water as well. What were the celebrations like? What was it emotionally to finally get over the line as a champion on your favourite tour in the world?
Yeah, I remember the day before, on Saturday night, I was reading a couple of news, and it was a sentence that fired me up. big time,
nice.
from Mr. Colin Montgomery. That on Saturday he was talking to the press, and he didn't know my name. He called me that young Spaniard that is gonna choke tomorrow, and I think Lee Westwood, because I was playing Soren Hansen in the last group, that I have to thank him because he's a true gentleman, and he was a true gentleman then. He helped me a lot because he's a very calm guy. But Colin said to the press that the young Spaniard is probably gonna choke tomorrow because he's very young and he doesn't have any experience. And I think he said, I think Lee Westwood, Lee and I, we have a big chances to win tomorrow. So sorry, Colin. I think it was the last tournament you were in contention in your European Tour career. I know you had a super successful career, but sorry to destroy your career. And yeah, thanks for those words. It fired me up big time. But the story didn't finish there. Obviously,
it doesn't finish there.
Yeah, we have to cheers for Colin.
Yeah, cheers, Cole. Well done.
Colin, a little bit of a whiskey for you. Actually, Scottish whiskey. And yeah, I remember that obviously we were playing European Open at the London Club. That I skipped it. So my next tournament was the Scottish Open.
Ah, nice.
So looking on Tuesday the tee times, then for my surprise, I was teeing up the first two rounds with Lee Westwood and Colin Montgomery.
Oh wow! Okay.
So Thursday we were teeing up. Loch Lomond, it was packed of people.
Yeah, cool course as well.
It was 25,000 people in Loch Lomond every single day, and over the weekend probably 35,000 people. So we were playing in the afternoon, and I told my caddy to walk over. I normally arrive first to the tee box, but I told him, hey, walk, I'm arriving last. So like 3 minutes before the tee time, I go, and I say, oh, Mr. Montgomery, finally we met. My name is Pablo Larrazábal, and it's nice to meet you. So you cannot imagine the Scottish people start laughing. I say it loud for the people to hear.
You little pest.
And yeah, Colin, finally we met. I'm Pablo Larrazábal, the young Spaniard. And yeah, we had since then he's been very, very good to me, and we had a good time. And but yeah, those moments at the French Open were really, really good.
Kudos to that story. That's fantastic.
And in Spain, I didn't get that much of an attention because the same day as that I won the French Open, Spain won his first Euro Cup.
Oh, right.
So it was all about football.
All about the football.
So then how I celebrated. Lacoste, I was wearing Lacoste at the time, so they invited us to a hotel in
French,
Paris
yeah.
as a free champion, because obviously they were giving me clothing, so I was wearing them for free. And they invited us to a nice hotel in Paris, and then we flew home on Monday. And I remember on Tuesday morning, my brother called me in the morning, like 9:30 or so, and he said, are you awake? And I said, yeah, what happened? And he says, I've been thinking about it, and you are the winner on tour with worst car in the history.
Worst what? Car?
Yeah. So I said, well, probably yes. I think it's time for you to buy a new car. I said, well, I don't know where you buy a new car. I don't know. I never bought one. I said, well, I'll show you. We went to one of those
dealerships.
To those shops, and I got into one of these big ones, and it's too big for me. I went to a lower one. A fancy car. So suddenly the dealer came straight into through the window. What are you guys doing here?
Yeah.
So well, if we do the papers of this car, that's what I say. We do the papers of this car when I take it home. So well, tomorrow. So well, let's go. So he comes to me and says, what do you guys do?
Yeah.
Because we, no shower in the morning, like looking
Yeah.
sporty kind of
Bit
thing.
of riff-raff, yeah.
After drinking a few the day before, we were not looking like
Your fancy car
guys
guys.
that can afford or 50.
What was it?
Well, it was.
Oh, you
was,
keeping that a bit quiet from
No, it was an A5 Audi,
Nice.
and he thought that we were drug dealers or some kind of bad people.
Stealing
do you
his
guys
car.
have money? I said, well, do you have the newspapers from yesterday? I said. And the guy like,
See?
is this young man?
Yeah.
But start from behind, from behind.
Sports section.
Yeah, start from behind. I said, keep it going. Come on, one more. I said, come on, one more page. And suddenly, I said, half of the page was a picture of me, and then, can you read a little bit? And then he realized that it was a 4 million tournament. So I got 666,000 euros
Yes, boy.
to win it. So. And then he started treating me a little bit different. Actually,
Yeah.
he knew that I could buy a car.
You're going to buy it, not steal it.
So yeah, that was my celebration for the French Open.
Out of your 9 fantastic, memorable victories, what would be your, I'm going to say favourite, but your most celebrated? What's one of the biggest celebrations you've had out of all those great victories over 18 years?
I remember the second one. I had to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning the next day because I had a golf day.
Oof.
So I couldn't celebrate that one. But probably, the biggest celebration was when I won my sixth in Infinitum. Because obviously Infinitum is south of Barcelona, is 1 hour drive to Barcelona. So
It's close. It's a home tournament.
yeah, a lot of my friends were there. And then it was just after COVID. So I took all of them to my apartment back home, and we did a huge party in my apartment. I remember in one stage we were 45 people in my apartment. And my apartment is not it's probably as big as this, so 45 people over there.
Yeah.
And then we had a tournament in PGA Catalunya, so it was close from home. So yeah, we celebrate that. As a celebration, after a win, that was big.
Like, what does it feel like for us that have, behind the camera, that have never won? Like, what's the euphoria like? Because you guys graft, you spend hours on the range, you spend years and years, you've arguably had one of the more successful careers, and you've got 9 wins in 18 years. So there's a lot of graft in between each win. Like, what is the euphoria like? The relief almost.
Yeah, well, actually, because when you try to win, you are so concentrated on what you're doing that actually when you win and when all that concentration goes down, it's just like you kind of destroy, You don't really want to go out and party because you are destroyed. And suddenly it's like when you take the suites in a park, all the kids come. When you win a golf tournament, suddenly you receive messages from people that you don't really know, and friends or people that you've not been talking for 10 years, suddenly you receive messages. I remember probably 600 or 700 messages from all over the show, all over the world. And suddenly you have a lot more friends than before. But thanks God I know who my friends are, and still the same friends as I used to have 30 years ago. So I still have my closest friends are those ones that are being there for a long time. And those ones that are being there for because the wins are
There and the losses.
are people good people to party with, but it's not the people that I'm a friend of.
Yeah, nice.
And to win is tough. And to respond the question, to feel what we felt of winning a golf tournament, you have to win a golf tournament. It's like if I tell you 2 years ago, if I ask you what's the feeling of being a dad,
Right.
To being a dad, you have to be a dad to feel it. Okay. So it's obviously it's not the same. But you have to experience it. It's such a. If you win once, you want to have that feeling again.
You want to keep going.
You can finish 25 times second and make a lot of money, but it's nothing like to win a golf tournament.
Yeah.
It's an experience that I wanna have it again, and that's why, I keep working as hard as ever and keep figuring out how to beat those young kids again. After my 9th win, Spanish media at 10 Golf told me that only 31 guys in the history on the European Tour won more than me.
Wow, yeah, that's
so
incredible.
I'm in the 32nd position in the history of the game.
Yeah, that's
on the
incredible.
European Tour. And if I win one more, it will be only 22.
Okay, so that's a nice little target.
That's a target. Win one more, and if it's a Rolex Series, even better. I promise my people that if I win one more, and if it's a Rolex Series, I can retire.
Oh,
but
okay.
Obviously, it's not going to happen.
Well,
It will not happen because I love to compete against these young kids.
You won't retire.
Yeah,
I thought you were saying that won't happen, the win won't happen.
No, I think I have I have a spirit, and I'm working as hard as ever now.
Yeah, nice.
I'm working out as hard as ever to try to compete against these young kids. I mean, these guys, I learned another kind of golf game that these kids are learned. I mean, when I were growing up, when I was 5, 6, 7, they teach me golf with one sentence: if you put it on the fairway and you put it on the green and you make 2 putts, it's par. And now these kids are learning, you hit it as hard as you can, doesn't matter where, that you have a better chance to make birdie. And I grew up with different mentality and different golf than these guys. I'm not hitting the ball as long. I mean, some of these kids, they pass me by 60 or 70 yards. Try to win a tournament against these kids. It's tough. It's tougher.
I guess we've talked about all the successes, and with it being a Ryder Cup year, is there a little bit of you that, can you run us through, I guess, your aspirations in the past and maybe the future to play Ryder Cup golf? Is there a little bit of you that's been always wanting to get there, unfinished business? How do you feel about your career being so successful yet maybe?
Yeah, the problem of my 9 wins, they are being, too separate. Every 2 or 3 years I had one, another one. And then 2022 and 23, I get 2 each year. That was big, but it was the first year was in a Ryder Cup year. The second year was a Ryder Cup year. Then I put too much pressure on myself, and knowing that, it's great, but it's not great when Luke Donald sends you that message. My eyes are on you. I will love you to play well. Then suddenly John Ram talks to the media and says, "I want Pablo to play with me in the foursomes because I want a partner that if we have a 9 feet to win the hole, Pablo has the ability to do it." And that pressure is not easy.
Yeah.
I mean, I was 4 years old, but but doesn't matter. I play golf like I am 15 years old. I play for fun, and I have a lot of fun. But
you have a lot of fight as well.
But the pressure is there. I mean, I played I think 2 or 3 Sevi trophies. I played 2 or 3 Eurasia Cups. So I know what teamwork and team sport is. I remember playing my first Eurasia Cup with Paul McGinley as a partner. But look, Ryder Cup, right, doesn't take any minute of my sleep. I think my days of thinking about Ryder Cup are over. I think. I mean, I cannot compete against Lou Briggs or Victor Hovland in a year. I can beat them in a week, but I cannot compete against these superstars through a full year.
Right.
Because they're so good. I mean, I'm a guy of 3-4 weeks. I can beat them all, and my history in all those tournaments, I beat Colin Montgomery, I beat Rory and Phil Mickelson down the stretch. I beat Sergio Garcia in a playoff. I beat Henrik Stenson down the stretch. I know how to beat them in a week, but in a full year, it's tough. These guys are
consistent.
These guys are superstars. Even Rob McIntyre, that has the same kind of game as I am. He's wild from the tee, but he has that kind of game that the way I play the golf, the way I like to play golf, I entertain the people. But this is 15 years younger than me, or 12 years younger than me. I'm 42. I'm not a big guy. I hit the gym as hard as I can, but not like these guys.
Yeah.
And I think it will be a nice touch from these guys that I think the Ryder Cup in 31 is going to be 30 minutes from home at the Camiral Golf Club in PGA Catalunya. That's what they think. That's why they've been looking to play that Ryder Cup. I would love to be involved in a team. I know all these kids and I will love to be involved in a team. I would love to be a water boy or whatever they want, and I think I will be good in a team room. But obviously I don't have the experience of the Ryder Cup. I have the experience of 3 Sevi trophies and 3 Eurasia Cups, but I don't have the experience of a team room of the Ryder Cup. So to put a guy like me in a team room without that experience will be tough.
But you clearly have like passion and teamwork, and you like the Spanish fire. Like we look at Sevi was their role model in Rome, for example. So like I personally believe you've got the perfect attributes to be a team advice or a team member. So
yeah, I can help the team, and these young kids, some of them they not the superstars, but some of the younger guys that are asking me for an advice week in, week out.
Yeah.
So I look at them the same way as I look myself 18 years ago when I arrived on tour. That I look around and I say, well, I want Miguel Ángel Jiménez to show me around, and I went straight to him, and the first 2-3 years on tour, I play every single practice round with him. Every single dinner we had on tour, I have it with him. So, because I knew that if I go with that guy, with Miguel, I will learn quicker how this business is run, and how you can play the game as good as you could. I'm that old guy that are trying to
oldish,
very old guy that trying to help the young kids to move around here easier.
Well, we've had a lot of success on this DP World Tour podcast, actually, the Life on Tour podcast, where a lot of our guests have quite quickly gone on to win on tour. So I'm not sure you've seen our track record. So for me, I believe this is a really good platform for you to go on and be part of that Ryder Cup team. And I think it's a good jinx. And I'll do my best to get you that role in Spain. Not sure how much power I've got.
My golf game is not prepared for Ryder Cup
now. No.
And you know, if you don't want to play one Ryder Cup, he's in New Jersey. I will get into a fight on Monday to those fans. They can take me as a bodyguard to New Jersey because you know those New Yorkers are gonna be loud, are gonna be nasty.
Oh yeah.
And talk to some of those Ryder Cup ex-Ryder Cup players. Talking to Patrick Reed last week and said, oof, those New Yorkers are gonna be nasty.
You know, you'd probably class yourself as relatively controversial from time to time. Have you had any clashes at any stage during tournaments with fans or other players? Any big rack-ups?
I respect all the people and I respect all the fans. I treat myself not as a golf player. I treat myself as an entertainer of people. I think we all are. We entertain the people back home and the people that come to a golf tournament. So I don't get those guys that clap or cheer to a bad shot. I remember playing the PGA Championship in Atlanta. I made the cut. I was like 30 something or 40th or whatever. I ended up my partner was Ricky Fowler.
Oh yeah.
So he's a great kid. In those days, you know, Ricky was the long hair guy, the surfer guy, and motocross, and I was just a Spaniard playing the game. So I remember on the first hole, I hit a little bit of a push out with my 8 iron, went to a bunker, and my ball was plugged. No, the rest. I mean, was underneath the surface. And I remember the guys that were behind the green next to that bunker starts laughing at it. Oh, nice lie, and nice. No, you Spaniards are good from the bunker, but I don't know about that, and whatever. So I look at him and say, what the poo are you saying? And they will start singing, USA. I don't know. What the hell are you thinking, that USA is gonna bother me?
Yeah,
I mean, I thought to go against that guy and to get into a fight on the first green on Saturday morning, but then then I realized that that wasn't the way to do it. But yeah, you can do it. You can get into a couple of fights in America. Those guys. The problem, I mean, I got in a couple of arguments, verbal arguments with a few fans through the years. I don't get the mashed potato thing, Wentworth is starting to be like that a little bit. Those young guys, they see they look at the PGA Tour a little bit too much, or they watch, I don't know, the sport they watch. But golf is all about respect, and I don't know that when someone hits a shot and that mashed potato thing, mashed potato, I don't get it. And how bad that was shot. I mean, I don't get the people that pays for a ticket, and more in Wentworth, that they're expensive. I mean, £60 or something they pay for a day to abuse players or to laugh to a bad shot. I don't get it. And that's not the way I learned how to play golf and how to react on a golf course. To laugh at others is not the best.
Yeah. So we mentioned, like, I guess, a few fandom things with, like, what's tough. Can you explain to some of us at home what is, and we've mentioned your 9 victories and all the success you've had. Can you explain to a few of us maybe what some of the toughest parts about being a professional golfer is? Like, what can really get you guys down on tour, and what's the hardest stuff?
You know, my hardest story was finishing 10-9 at Wentworth. Obviously, to miss the cut by a lot. But the worst experience I had was that day not knowing how to put the ball on the golf course on the 18th hole. I had to chip it. My third ball from the tee, I took a 5-wood and I chipped it 120 yards just to keep it on the golf course. And then I chip a 9-iron and a wedge. And then I put it in the water for, I think I made an 11 or something. I made in the water my 7th shot or my 8th shot or whatever. And then my caddy told me that that was the last ball in the bag. So we had to go and fish that ball on that creek to finish the round and don't be disqualified. That was the toughest moment.
Wow, that is tough.
To feel embarrassed because you cannot put it in the planet, and you don't know how to do it, and you don't know how to put it between the bush and the bush. Doesn't matter where, but between bush. That's the toughest moment I had on a golf course, obviously outside the those hornets story in Malaysia. That obviously we can laugh now about being the most successful video in YouTube in the world for 3 days, having more clicks in YouTube than Beyonce and Rihanna together.
But it was scary, like it's horrible.
If remember that 30% of us, we are allergic to hornets or to bees. So if I'm allergic, I would die. And if I don't have a lake over there, and this American guy that was caddying for Bullard, the Indian guy, that guy saved my life. And because he's not on tour anymore, I cannot thank him enough. I thank him a couple of times. But that guy told me that jump in a lake. Because those bees, what they do, they were hornets. They were things, huge things.
Yeah.
And what they do is when they feel attacked, they throw a pheromone on top of you, and it attracts all of them.
Oh, wow.
So I was walking on the fairway, and this hornet hit my nose, and I went like, oh, what's going on? So suddenly I had 200, 300 of them on top of me.
Oh, my God.
And I start running. I remember running around, obviously, but it was Malaysia, 36 degrees and 95% humidity. You cannot run forever. So I start running. They start attacking me. And I throw my hat, but they were attacking me in my head. So obviously that hornet threw the pheromone on top of my head. So I had 25 stings between the 2 ears.
Oh.
And the doctor didn't allow me to play. When you have a problem like that in golf, like in tennis, you can call the doctor and you have 12 minutes to hit the next shot.
Medical timeout, yeah.
You have 12 minutes to hit the shot. So I had the guy give me an antihistaminic injection. He gave me adrenaline through the vein. And I can tell you, that thing, I was flying. I mean, my chest was walking 10 feet in front of me.
Wow.
Man, I mean, I was flying. And then after 10 minutes, the doctor wanted to take me to the hospital. I said, well, I'm in the cut line. I have to make the cut.
Yeah, I'm feeling good.
And you don't feel it straight away, but I hit that pitching wedge on that par 5. I made the putt, made birdie.
Brilliant.
I made par on number 6, birdie 7, birdie 9. And then obviously I went to see the doctor again. He didn't give me anything if I was feeling good. And then I couldn't sleep that night because any piece of my head that touched a pillow, I was crying.
Yeah, that'd be hard.
I remember having a shower and I did like this, and I don't know how you call it, the sting.
The needle almost.
The needle of I went like this, and like 7 or 8 needles of those drop in the shower.
Yuck.
So yeah, I couldn't touch anything with the pillow. So I slept 20 minutes like this. Before the round, I shoot 7 under and 5 under and I finish, I think, 5th on that Malaysian Open. So,
Golf clap.
so yeah, it was an experience, and now we can laugh about it. And that video hit YouTube. I had like 4.5 million hits in 3 days.
Jesus.
All over the world, and more than Beyonce and Rihanna together.
Beat Beyonce and Rihanna. That's a good scalp.
I was #1 in the world for a week in YouTube.
Ah, well, there you go. Just to finish off, I love asking what's next in Pablo's career. What is a satisfying back nine of your career? What's the one thing that you sit here and go, I need this to complete?
Well, I have 2 things. First of all, to see my clothing brand grow. I'm using my 11 a.m. 11 a.m. is my clothing brand.
What does 11 a.m. stand for? A good tea time?
It's a great tea time to play 9 holes. 9 holes, and golf is getting too serious. So I want to bring the relaxed part of golf to people.
Nice.
That's why my clothing is 100% cotton. It's very relaxed. It's not tight. It's very, very, very relaxed. And 11 a.m. is a great tea time to play 9 holes and then go and have a couple of beers and have lunch with your friends. And that's all about, to have fun. You don't have to wake up at 7 o'clock to go and play golf. We do it because it's our game and it's our life. But normal people, they don't. And then
from a career perspective?
To win one more.
Just one more.
To reach double digits, and obviously my career it's already good, but to reach double digits will be a dream come true.
Pablo, it's been a pleasure to speak to you. Thank you so much for your time. Cheers for having your first whiskey in 15 years.
Thank you very much. And I have to have a little bit of lunch after this one.
Well said.
To watch another DP World Tour video, click here, and to subscribe, click here.